But I'm gonna give you a different perspective because this is what allowed me to be able to make paid ads work. If I didn't do this one thing, like paid ads would be way harder for me.
Hello from beautiful Cape Town. I am here for the next 3 to 4 days, invited by my good friends Anton and Philip for the Digital Results Mastermind. First time ever in South Africa, Cape Town to be specific, and South Africa in general. And I'm gonna be speaking in front of a room of 30 plus agency owners, all doing $100,000 a month, sharing what I've learned over the last 4.5 years, building my agency to multiple 7 figures and working with some of the biggest brands and clients in the entire online education industry. I'm gonna take you behind the scenes and show you exactly what it's like to be at a mastermind with other agency owners, all doing 7 figures and experiencing the highs, the lows, and more importantly, the celebrations we're gonna have over the next 3 days in Cape Town, South Africa. So let's go. Quick backstory, I met Anton and Philip at Cole Gordon's 8-Figure Boardroom Mastermind, and a few months ago they reached out to me on Instagram and they were like, Brian, would you speak at our next mastermind in Cape Town, South Africa? And me, never being to Cape Town, South Africa ever before in my entire life, I had to think about it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I guess I could make it happen. So they were kind enough to obviously fly me out and speak here, and I am not complaining because what I'm about to show you is a literal villa on the water in the most beautiful part of Cape Town, South Africa, with a room full of agency owners all doing 100K a month plus. It took me about 20 plus hours to get here. I flew from Miami to London, and then from London to Cape Town. And I got in literally this morning, took a quick power nap, changed up as you can see after yoga, and I'm gonna show you the actual agenda for this weekend, because I'll say, out of the masterminds I've been to, I still believe our New York mastermind was one of the best because, well, we create experiences, but after seeing the agenda for this mastermind, I'm definitely getting a run for my money. So check this out. This is the poster they sent out to everybody who's at the mastermind. As you can see here, they got your boy speaking at the very top right here. And then we got some other speakers right here that are also gonna be sharing what's working for them in their agencies. So check this out. This is the actual mastermind agenda. We got a 1 night in Africa themed basically event happening right now, which is what I'm gonna go to in a second. Then we got the mastermind tomorrow, along with a 1 night in New York, Billionaire attire. And then on Saturday, we got a light lunch with a shooting range, wine estate, and then 1 night in Morocco. Lots of 1 night stands here, it seems like. And that is the agenda for this weekend. So as you saw, we did some yoga to warm up and get ready. Now I'm gonna head upstairs, meet the rest of the mastermind members, and share with you everything that I learned, and more importantly, introduce you to everybody else who's also doing really well with their company. So let's go network and meet some friends. Check this out, nice. Okay, so check this out. This is day 1 night in Africa, and everyone's over here mingling, coming to the event, getting to know each other. And again, this is the 5th floor of this place. Well, check out this view before I give you the behind the scenes tour. Look at that. How is this for a view? Got the infinity pool, the ocean view of Cape Town. It's crazy. Crazy. We got the man right here, Anton, the guy behind this. Tell everybody about the mastermind this weekend for agency owners specifically.
Yeah, specifically German agency owners. The minimum criteria is doing over 6 figures a month.
Yeah.
Really small group of people, like maybe 20, 25 people. A really sick location. We got an amazing agenda planned ahead of us, and really excited to have you here.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for inviting me. And like the cool part about this mastermind, guys, like the reason why I wanted to do this video is because it's specifically for agency owners doing 100K a month plus. So like the quality of people here is just through the roof, and it's specifically Germany too, people that speak German as well. But all of them, I met someone earlier who does like Amazon ads, and I was like, I don't know really anybody that does Amazon ads, even in the US market. So it was cool to hear that he's here, and like these type of events, like this is not a regular mastermind. Like this is an experience, and this is for private clients that work with you guys. So
yes,
100%.
Yes, not open to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be a part of the mastermind. So that's how you do it, man. 100%. And I'm here with
Os.
But Os is the one filming the entire thing behind the scenes.
Exactly.
So he's the one making the magic happen for this mastermind, and I hear he's the best. So we're gonna figure it out this weekend for sure, man. Pleasure to meet you, dude. 100%. So one of the best parts about masterminds is being able to meet other like-minded entrepreneurs just like you. And the cool part about this mastermind, like you heard Anton say, is that everybody here also runs an agency. They also have an agency doing 100K a month plus. And what Anton told me that's different about his company compared to every other company in Germany is that most companies in Germany have masterminds or coaching programs or courses that are specifically for, coaches, consultants, course creators, right? But theirs is very specific to agency owners. And they've been told by, high-level marketers that we're in circles around and they should go broad. They should go outside of Germany. And they just looked at it and they just had to keep reminding themselves that they would have to change everything about their operation, everything about their business, everything about their product, everything about their service, because it's a totally different language, obviously, to speak not German, right? English. And so they were very smart because they just said, no, we're just gonna double down on agencies in Germany and only those people that are making 10K a month. And as a result, they're hitting consistent 500K months, 40% profit margins, and hosting, sick events like this where they have a really high LTV and client retention rate, because that's what they do. They just focus in on that one avatar and they do everything they can to get that one avatar results. And so just that one insight alone just, again, made me think about, okay, how can I double down on our business, our retention, our clients, our service, make it even better, be very specific, not let anybody in, because again, a lot of people think, well, I gotta take any deal I can, right? Especially a lot of beginners. But when you get to the level of where you're doing, 6 million, almost $10 million a year, you realize that they're saying no more than they're saying yes. They're saying no to a lot of things they could do to say yes to the one thing that's gonna make everything else easier or unnecessary for their business. And again, just one takeaway that I got, just talking to Anton, who, obviously was the, co-owner, co-business partner of the event, and enjoying this first night in Africa. You guys don't edit the ads or the VSL or anything for your hybrid?
No, we do that, but...
You do?
We do, but not for the initial creators. Like the initial creators, how we do it is like really simple. So Anton records it with a teleprompter, and then he cuts it with CapCut. He does like auto captions and everything, and then we test it. And when it's good, then we send it to the editor. Or then he redoes like the one. So we don't edit like all the ads super crazy.
For your clients, I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh no, for us, only for us.
Okay, you don't edit for a client?
No.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah, but we use like CapCut for us. Like I think that was like one main thing we shifted.
Do you guys just tell clients like, hey, use this partner to edit your ads, or?
We actually tell them just
find an editor?
Just use CapCut. No, like honestly, just use CapCut. Or just like find a freelancer.
And so like it's just very minimal, like just subtitles, yeah.
Yeah, for the initial creative.
Yeah.
Because like we used to also do like huge productions, like 30, 40K, like really fancy shit.
Yeah.
And then like 1 week after we launched the ads, like 9 out of 10
are the simplest ones.
Yeah, we turned them off, and then it's just like one winning ad. I'm like, gosh, like we paid like 30K for one winning creative.
I think it's better expectation setting for my team's end, because like there's nothing more frustrating when you just like, they expect like a Hollywood movie from these ads, dude. And it's like, dude, you're first of all, your lighting sucks, your audio sucks, like it's fuzzy.
Yeah.
I can't even see you clearly, and it's like, dude, what are we supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean like, you also know Sebastian, right? So
yeah.
He also ran always, super simple ads. Like he would just record it in his fucking kitchen, like the scrappiest ads, scrappiest landing page still converts.
Yeah.
So I think in the end it's all about how much weight does your word have? Like how much do people sense that you're like really confident in the topic and what the script is?
Yeah.
Like I think that's way more important than doing it like super fancy. especially in the B2B, everyone knows, like if I see a guy, like button-up shirt, running through an office, oh my gosh, like just don't even open your mouth. Like I know what's coming. Like there's nothing coming. And then there's like other ads. I mean, Cole also, like, I mean, he doesn't record too many ads. Like it's super simple. He sits in this like fucking office, with a trampoline in the back. Going, yeah, guys. So this is what we do. Alex Becker,
same thing.
It's just really straightforward confidence, and then weight to the words, and like really nail it with the script.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna go home and remove the editing.
Yeah,
So I can do immediately.
Yeah, we were just like so annoyed, like.
I'm at the point now where like that's the biggest stressor for me. It's because it's always the editing that like is like clients complaining about it, and I'm just like, I was like, dude, okay, you just do it. Just do it. Here.
What's the process with you? So like, what's the expectation setting like in the front end, and how is it go, and how many revisions do you get? So if you take me into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, nitty gritty. What we do now is I tell them, well, the sales, we tell them on the sales call. These are going to be very simple edits, subtitles, some B-roll, and some motion graphics. That's it. Like, we're not producing a Hollywood movie. We're just getting direct response ads to get leads and calls, to figure out what angle an ad works the best. Then once you have those initial ads, you can take it and do however fancy you want to do it. You can get more creative. Day 2 about to begin. Technically day 1 of the mastermind. Last night was just the networking and the One Night in Africa event, which was really fun. Got to meet a lot of the guys, got to have a lot of really good conversations and talk about business and what's currently limiting us in our company right now, which has already been a huge breakthrough when we're talking about resetting expectations with clients and a bunch of other things. But now I'm gonna go ahead and head up to meet the rest of the crew, have some breakfast, and then get ready for day 2. Let's go.
Yes, good morning, Master Day, Day 1. Ich hoffe, ihr habt gestern einen entspannten Abend gehabt. Heute geht's los, Vorträge. Ich starte gleich einmal rein. Nachher kommt Dimi, dann nachher Nils, Head of Marketing von Perspective. And the real ad spend OG, Brian, is also having a speech later on.
You get what you tolerate, einer meiner Lieblingssätze. Wenn du eine shitty culture hast, Glückwunsch. Hast du selber viel.
So, let me make the example easier. So for me, right, I help coaching and course companies that sell info products and online education. How many coaches and consultants make over $100,000 a month? Barely, maybe 10,000. I would say that's high end, maybe. Like that's a real conservative like estimate here. I would say less than 10,000, right? So, okay, if there's less than 10,000 and I'm trying to just sell this one offer, how long is it going to take me to work with all those clients, right? Like how long is it going to take me to hit my goals financially as a company? A long time. The majority of the market makes, would you say, less than 100,000, right? Okay, the majority of the market is actually, well, this is just a subset of the market. The other majority makes more like done with you. These are businesses making maybe, let's say, 20 to 100K a month, right? That's more people, but it's not this one right here that I was selling to. The majority of the market's 0 to 10K, right? Like they're not making much money. So the problem was if I wanted to grow my company, I either had to continue guerrilla roots marketing, like, either go upstream and just say, okay, I'm just gonna continue working with these clients, but then maybe expand my TAM into other subsect niches, other adjacent marketplaces, or I'm gonna have to just charge more and figure it out. But every single time we would look at our applications of people that were applying to work with us, it was all these people right here, 0 to 10, 10 to 100, just beginners basically, right? And so that's when obviously, in hindsight, it just makes so much sense. This is just having an offer suite and more products. Who's read the book Ready, Fire, Aim? Anybody? Ready, Fire, Aim. Okay, so what's the principle from 1 to 10?
It wasn't outside the product market fit.
So product market fit from 0 to 1 million, yeah, 100%.
1 to
from 1 to 10, so product market fit, right? What do you need to get product market fit? You need one offer to one avatar, one sales process, and basically just one marketing channel, right? That's how you get to 7 figures. Who? Yeah, that's how you get to 10 million. In the book, you create multiple offers to get to 10. And the problem was I was never gonna get to 10 if I just kept doing that one offer, because I dialed that offer in. Sales process, marketing channel, client avatar, fulfillment, everything. But it was just one offer. Like, I needed to create more offers. And so that whole premise of that book was you need to create more offers and more products and fulfillment systems to be able to scale to 10 million. And so when I realized that, that's when we created, so then basically what happened was I was on a sales call one day, and this client right here, he was like, hey man, can you, like, I really want you guys to help me, like set everything up with the ads, like on YouTube and everything, but can you guys just like teach me how to do it so I can just run it on my own? And I was like, yeah, probably. You've never done that before, but I can probably work something out. And he was like, cool, yeah, I would want that. I was like, okay. So I just customized something right there and I sold it to him for 20K. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. And I was like, what? Okay, so you just want us to set everything up and then you just want to run it yourself. And he's like, yeah, easy. It's 20K, great, perfect. So the next time someone else asked me that as well was this guy, and he was like, hey man, like I want to bring it in-house. Like I don't really want you guys to run it forever. Can you guys just like teach me how to do it after you set it up for me, and then once it's working, I can just continue running it? And I was like, yeah. Now keep in mind, this is around the time that Hormozi dropped $100 million offers and leads. So what was his biggest message at that time to like marketing agencies when working with them? Do you guys remember?
Get them in 6 months and then like let them teach the team.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it says when you hire an agency, have them like work with an agency for the speed, but then have them teach you how to run it internally and then keep it in-house, right? So we just kind of leaned in on that angle and said, okay, well, if that's what the market wants, and they're asking me this now because they're reading that book, and he asked me the same thing, I was like, okay, and I sold it to him for, I think I sold it for 30K actually. I just kept raising it up because I was just like, let me see how much I can sell it for. And then that's what spurred basically me to ask my list, and I was like, okay, well, if these two people are asking me for it, I wonder if my list wants it. And at the time I had like, I don't know, 6,000 people on my list. And then I said, okay, it's like, I was just like, okay, what is this called? It's kind of like a done for you consulting offer. Let me just call it the hybrid offer. So I just came up with the word. And then I sent an email to my list and I was like explaining what the offer is. And immediately I just packed my calendar with sales calls right there. And then we started selling it and selling it. And what is that, right? So like basically I was able to make 125K extra in 30 days, which is that one email to my list and that one promotion for my audience. This making sense so far? So what is it and how does it work, right? It's very simple actually. It's just, we took our initial agency service that was a done for you YouTube ads service where we write their scripts, create their ads, set up their campaigns, choose their targeting, build everything for them. And we just broke that out and put it into the first month, and then everything else after that is just one-on-one check-in calls. No done for you after that, which makes it way easier to productize our service. And so what I realized this works so well is because it's the done for you setup. And so I was always using the speed of getting set up and running so you don't have to worry about what buttons to push, what to click, what audiences to choose, all those things. We're just gonna do it for you, which is what they want. But what I wanted was a scalable offer that I can just plug somebody in every single time without having to worry about customization, because that's what kept us stuck with the 100K a month plus clients, because every business was different. Every business had a different software, different funnel, different offer, low ticket, high ticket, whatever, right? This was specifically for high ticket coaches, consultants, and agencies that sell a $5,000 to $10,000 plus offer, VSL book a call funnel, right? And so here's how it works, right? So this was the actually that's not the right one. Well, this was the original. I put this in here to show you guys like how it's evolved. I just created a simple infographic like this. I called it the 16-week install process. And I only learned how to label the done for you and done with you after I had so many people coming through this product, which I'll talk about in my learning mistakes, that just were clearly not understanding the done for you versus done with you, which is the also downside of this offer, but you can set proper expectations, which we'll talk about. So month one, what happens? They get onboarded, We immediately do an offer call. If there's someone that just doesn't have their offer, their messaging, their packaging, their pricing dialed in, that's a consulting call, obviously. If they do, they're already making like, let's say 30K a month plus, we just go right to script writing. Script writing, we write their ads, then they film the ads, send them back to us, we do the editing on the ads, and then we launch them. It would take us 4 weeks to do this before. This was the bottleneck of this offer, okay? Because there was just a lot of contractors and things, and after month 1, they're live. Then we hop on a month 2 check-in call, month 3, 12-week call, month 4, next steps call. So this is how it started. Any questions on this? Make sense?
Are you going to talk about how you reduce the...
Yep. Yeah, I'll show you guys in a second. So that's how it started, right? So this is how we sold the majority of almost 200 clients last year with just this offer, like this map right here. And then the deliverables, so I had these 3 things. I literally had a Google Doc, and you can see all my sales calls from last year. I had 1-page Google Doc with this underneath a list of deliverables. The offer was, we will build a proven YouTube ads system for your business that gets you consistent qualified leads, calls, and new clients. And then I just said, well, write your scripts, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, and then we'll coach you to do all these other things. And then I put this underneath it, and then the deliverables underneath that, and the support right next to the deliverables, and that was it. And I just walked them through this 1-page Google Doc on the sales call, and I had my salespeople do the same thing, and this is how we sold it. We just clearly listed everything out. And then, why it works so well, especially to cold traffic, is because we lead with done for you. But the angle I was using was I was leaning into we're gonna set it up for your business, then we're gonna teach you and your team how to manage it in-house so you don't need us forever. Does that make sense? So and then at the end of the ads, I was saying this way, you can choose if you wanna continue having us run your ads, or if you wanna just run the ads yourself. The choice is yours. At least you're in control. First half of day 1 just ended. Philip crushed it, and even though his presentation was entirely in German, I was able to understand a lot of it. And I was using Google Translate a little bit as I showed you before, but didn't really work. However, a lot of the German language is similar to English, just like with every other language. But the biggest takeaway that I got away that I wanted to share with you is the entire presentation that Philip did was around how he showed a screenshot of his front-end revenue and his back-end revenue. The front-end revenue was about 2.4 million, or 2.3. Back-end revenue for last year was 2.4. So like he had $100,000 more in his company from back-end revenue last year, which is pretty crazy because most people in this industry only focus on front end, cash collected, new units. However, the industry is shifting. You see a lot of people talking about this, like for example, Dan Bolton, or even Alex Ramosi, obviously all about LTV. And a lot of people are talking about more about the retention versus obviously acquisition, because nowadays client acquisition costs are continuing to skyrise. And that's the entire presentation that Philip did today was about retention, client success, and how to have a killer client success management team. And the one takeaway that I wanted to share with you that I think a lot of people, including myself, tend to overlook at times is the fact that your client success management team is not a client support team. It's not client support. It's not customer service, it's client success. Now, what does that mean? It means that your client success team needs to be a sales team, because the only way you're going to be able to actually grow your business is by keeping customers. And the only way you keep customers is if you have killer client success managers that know how to lead clients, challenge clients, push clients, and ultimately sell clients on continuing to work with you and your company to get to their next level, even after they solve the initial problem that they came in for, which made them originally buy from you. And so this was another realization for me, because you might have great people on your client success team right now. Maybe they're great with clients, maybe clients love working with them, but they're not actually producing any back-end revenue. And the problem with that is you're always gonna be relying on new client acquisition in order to feed your business. Whereas if you can train your sales team, or your CSM team in this case, to be more like a sales culture where you're constantly setting projections every single week. You're counting testimonials, reviews, upsells, most importantly, back-end revenue.
then you're going to be able to not only, acquire clients, but also spend more than all of your competition because you're going to be able to have higher LTV. This is a big thing that I think a lot of people, including myself, tend to overlook because, reality is it's just management and leadership. It always comes back to management and leadership. Like if you're not constantly managing your CSM team, like your sales team, you're not gonna be able to have back-end revenue. And so if you are someone who's only stuck like relying on front-end client acquisition, you're gonna have a hard time scaling. And how much better would you feel waking up every single month knowing you have $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 in monthly recurring revenue, already covering your overhead and already giving you profit before you even get any new clients for that new month? I know that I would feel really good about it. I know you would too, because obviously having that kind of monthly recurring revenue, covering your overhead and giving you profit in your back end is ultimately going to be able to have you give so much confidence and scale to your front end acquisition because you can spend more and you cannot worry about your customer acquisition costs rising because on the back end you're good. The only way you can get there though is if you learn what Philip just taught today, and if you're speaking German, you can obviously watch his presentation, but the takeaways are very simple. Focus on back-end revenue. Imagine a day where you can wake up and have $250,000 a month in recurring revenue and have less stress and sleep easy at night. That's very possible. The way you can get there is by training your CSM team to be exactly like your sales team. Run it like a sales team. Projections, KPIs, right? Making sure you're doing weekly reviews, performance reviews, and actually reviewing their calls and upsell pathways and helping them become better at sales, because the chances are they also might not be that person to be on your CSM team after you watch this, because they might not have those skills, and either they can learn them, you can invest in them, or they just might not have it. And if they don't have it, you got to replace them. And that's the unfortunate part of business, because obviously, management and leadership requires you to make hard decisions sometimes. So it's what's going to keep compounding. So day one of the Mastermind is officially almost over, but before we end day one, we got the Billionaire dinner, because we're on Billionaire Row apparently in Cape Town, which is a thing. And so everyone's behind me gathering around, getting ready to eat some good food, have some good drinks, enjoy some good conversations, share everything that they have that's working for their business. And this is the best part about Masterminds. Not only getting to learn from other people that are either a little bit ahead of you or, even teach people what are behind you, obviously what didn't work for you, and getting to learn and hear their war stories too, but getting to share experiences like this and have conversations which make this entire journey worth it. Because again, it's not about what you do, it's who you do it with and the fun you have along the way. You got to take a step back and have some fun while you're doing it. That's why Masterminds are one of the best investments you can make, not just for the insights and the takeaways, but for the community. From Perspective, you've seen his ads everywhere. The two ad men chopping it up. We have to crush his presentation, and he's selling me on Perspective. So we're gonna test it out, run some ads to it, and we're gonna see. And I love to get sold, so I'm happy to get sold. And if it works, it's just gonna help us make it funny. Yes,
That's the pitch.
give them a quick backstory: who you are, what do you do, and how you help your clients too.
Okay, my name is Quirin. Everybody calls me Q because my name is too complicated. And what we do is we are a social recruiting agency helping especially the retailers in the automotive industry to find the perfect people for their company, right? So, and what I loved about your speech today was that Brian actually told us that the investment in yourself was the most important investment to do, especially if you go on Mastermind. What I found really inspiring today was that you told us that from the first prospect you had, you worked but for free.
Yeah.
This is what I love.
Yep.
Because I believe in
Reciprocity.
reciprocity, right? So first I give and then I receive, right? And after that, from one to the next, you basically increase the audience, you grew, and you added more value to people. And basically, this is where all your success comes from. And this is why I love to speak today, because you added so much value to us.
Wow.
And that's what I really appreciate.
Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Day 2 of the Cape Town Mastermind. I woke up a little bit later than I would have liked to. The jet lag hit me like a brick wall last night after the Billionaire themed party. But here we are, gonna get some bounces in this trampoline. And this is the collaborative day of the Mastermind. And the cool part about what Philip and Anton have done is they've replicated, you know, all the best parts of what a mastermind should be, similar to what we do at the Admin Mastermind. Guest speakers for one day to just add a lot of value, like myself. And then day 2, more collaborative, going through specific challenges, pain points, problems, questions, concerns that all of the members have, and then they break it out into chunks throughout the entire day, and they answer those one-on-one with those clients. And then what happens after is we're gonna break out midday and go to lunch. And then after lunch, we're gonna be heading over to the gun range. They got a shooting range rented out for all the Mastermind members to have some fun today, to shoot some guns and let out some steam in the sun. I might as well be a rapper. Then after that, we have the vineyard wine tour. We're gonna go tour a wine vineyard and go see all the amazing sights and views in South Africa with all the wine that we could probably taste, which I won't be participating in myself, but everybody else will have some fun. And then after that, we're gonna head over back to the villa for the last night in South Africa, which is the theme of One Night in Monaco. It's been a pleasure being here, but it's not over yet. We got a full day ahead of us. So sit back, relax, and let's go take some notes.
Alright, nach unser Ganztageswork, Halbtageswork.
Ja, was ist denn hier los? Geil. Wir fahren groß, also die eigentliche Erfahrung sind diese afrikanischen Busse. Schau mal. Nice.
I've only shot like twice in my life. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're breaking all the cliches, you know.
I just hope they have an AK-47 actually. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to shoot one of those. Alright, so we just made it to the shooting range. A lot of people here have never shot guns for the first time, and they're asking me, the American, am I ready to bring my guns? Because they automatically assume just come American, I got some guns. Which, you know, I'll take it. So let's see how we do. I gotta show off for us USA people, huh? Yeah, I'll put on for the country.
I'm Jonathan. So we're going to look after you. Just listen to us. Keep your weapons faced the same way. Who's the cameraman?
So this is the one that I hit 5 for 5 with the AR, and then 4 for 5 with the AK. And then Philip completely knocked this one down when he used the AK, so damage has been done.
Right, you hit 5 out of 5, I saw it.
5 for 5 for the
last one, you missed one, man.
I know. I froze up on the last one. 90%.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was fun, right? Let's try it out. Almost like champagne.
And it doesn't run through, it's just soft and easy, and also heavier on the nose and the stomach.
Now this is a view. Check this out. When you picture Africa, you picture wildlife, animals, zebras, giraffes, but instead we got a beautiful view with some water and some ocean, some crystal clean views. So Cape Town's definitely been a good surprise, and we definitely have to come back. I actually got some good recommendations
because of that vineyard. So when my wife and I have our child coming up, once she's of age in a couple months, we'll have to take a flight back to Cape Town, enjoy some wine together, celebrate our newborn daughter, and let my wife experience this, because that's the only thing I'm missing right now.
Oh, red carpet, yeah. The gambling carpet is open. Okay.
Here we are at the last night at the Cape Town Mastermind, one night in Monaco, and your boy just got handed 500 Mastermind dollars with a picture of Philip and Anton's face on it. Hopefully you can see it. So, change at any tables for chips. We got poker tables here. We got blackjack tables here. We got some food being prepared over there. And we got this beautiful food view in front of me, and food that'll be in front of me very soon. What a weekend. 5 years ago, didn't have a business, still working a full-time job, dreamed about living a life like this, being able to fly across the world, speak in front of a group of people that are just like me. I'm living it. Super blessed, super thankful, and really appreciative of Anton and Philip for flying me out here to do this and allowing me to experience this with them.
That is 15.
The queen looking good. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. You got a 21. Damn. A 13, chat. Come on. Yeah, I want a card. Give me a card. That was. Did you see how he did? He's like, "You want a card?" Like that, and he said it positively.
Exactly.
He says it positively too.
Last day of the Cape Town Mastermind. We had so much fun over the last 2 days, and I'm here with Philip and Anton, the founders of Digital Results, the ones who've hosted this amazing weekend. And you know I cannot end a Mastermind behind the scenes vlog without asking the founders of the Mastermind what their biggest takeaway was. Because you know, you've heard from the people inside the Mastermind why they flew out, what they learned, but I always like asking the actual hosts of the event what their biggest takeaway was. So Philip, Anton, what about you guys? What was your biggest #1 takeaway from this event, in your opinion?
Yes, so mine was definitely when Niels did the speech, just realizing how powerful it is in marketing to have someone who can be in front of the camera. Like when you look for like a head of marketing, just get someone who's good with all the marketing strategy, but also who can produce ads, produce the VSLs, because that is, for us personally, one of the biggest constraints is like doing all that, doing all the VSLs.
Yeah.
And if you can alleviate that constraint, super powerful. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I was going to say the exact same thing. It's just really inspiring to see how Perspective, the software company Niels is working for, how they managed to build up their marketing team. So the entire marketing department runs without the face of the founder. Like at the beginning, like all the Germans know, like at the beginning, the actual founder was the face of the marketing, and now it's like the CMO basically. And that's just really great to see.
Yeah. Huge.
100%. I add one because you repeated that. What was really interesting for me was also when Niels spoke about how he set up like the campaigns and everything. Like everyone, like I don't know how you feel, like everyone in the set is like, oh, never touch a running like campaign, like don't touch it, just don't break it. And he basically said like, yeah, I just turn off the ads that don't work. And yesterday in the evening, the ads that don't work. And I talked also to Tim, who was also there, and they spent like huge money also. And he said like that was his biggest takeaway also, that he was trying to implement like AI like everywhere. And then he was like, oh, when it comes actually to media buying, I can like simplify it and put more like brain juice in like creative strategy. So it was like a second big one.
That's huge. That's huge. And there was plenty more that you've already seen. And again, the reason why you join masterminds and you go to events like this is not just to learn what we just talked about right there, but to be able to have these backdoor conversations, to be able to share these insights, because you can learn from a video, you can learn from a PDF, Google Doc, but there's nothing better to learn from than actual people like us in the room with you who are on the same journey as you too. And that's why I continue to go to masterminds just like these, and as you should too. So if you're not in a mastermind, I would encourage you, especially if you're an agency owner in Germany and you want to level up and scale past $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a month, hit up Anton, hit up Philip. They are the best in the business for a reason. That's why I'm here. I flew across the world and I came to speak at this mastermind because I knew the quality of people were going to be top tier. That's exactly what you get when you join a result. That's exactly what you get when you join a mastermind just like this. So like this video, give it a thumbs up, follow them. The next time you see them, they'll be having another mastermind, probably even bigger than this. And hopefully we see you there. Cheers.
Yes.